Okay, in our next video here in the series on tapping, we're going to talk about how to ramp it up a little bit. And this is something that I've added to. A lot of the folks that you'll see teaching on tapping will really teach what we've talked about, which is, let me bring this back, a light tap on the points. So I can tap on any of these points, and I help to clear a traumatic experience. I happen to be an energy worker, so I run energy. So I want to teach you a little exercise that will really bring the power up and, in my opinion, takes that tapping work in deeper. And so play with me for a bit. I'm going to teach you how to turn on your hands. Now, so we always are running energy. We've always got energy running through our body. We have blood coursing through our veins, so the energy is there. What I like to do this is the thing that we talk about is that energy follows thought. So as a man thinketh, so is he. So if I simply think about my hands and I look at them and I imagine energy coming out, I can imagine beams of light coming off my fingers. I'm playing. I can take a deep breath. I can imagine I have straws in my feet. I've got them connected to the earth, and I take a deep breath. And as I breathe that in, I can breathe it out through my hands, and I can actually turn on the energy. So I'm going to turn it off for a moment, and I want you to just share with us what you notice is the difference, because you're pretty sensitive to this stuff. So this is hands off. Normal hands, I can come in and tap. And now I'm going to do hands on. And I'm going to go ahead, energy follows thought. I send that out running. And now I come in.
Oh, wow.
It feels like it goes in more deeply.
Right, it's like you're tapping on the inside of my skull. Gently.
Okay, so that will ramp up the energy. So I'm going to go ahead and we're going to have the energy on, and we're going to work with one that you have. So what is the issue that you'd like to run through, have cleared?
Grief or sorrow?
Grief or sorrow?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Is this a grief you've recently experienced?
Yes, my cousin passed away from cancer about a week and a half ago.
About a week and a half ago.
Mm-hmm.
So one of the things that's really important with this, because grief is a normal cycle. We do need to run through the emotions and feel that. So I want to be able to check with her, because we're not going to erase the memory of her cousin. We're not even going to erase the memory of the death. What we want to do is to lessen that pain, but we want to make sure that that's okay with her. So is it okay with your unconscious mind? Is it okay with your conscious mind for you to release this grief?
Yes.
And then have just those happy memories about your cousin?
Yes.
Okay, all right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and tap on Ellie, because I've tuned up the energy. So you follow with me on this, and we're going to keep this one pretty simple, and
Okay.
it's really just going to focus on that grief. Now what I'd like for you to do, we want to find the point where that grief comes up the greatest so that we get the greatest effect. And if I were to ask right now, just thinking about your cousin, on a scale of 0, no, it's past, it was like before he died, and 10 being I'm incapacitated by it. Where would you place your grief?
4.5, 5 right
4.5?
now. Yeah.
And now what I'd like for you to do, go back before you heard about his death. Picture yourself the moments before you heard about it.
Mm-hmm.
Was it a phone call?
It was Facebook.
It was a Facebook. So imagine those moments now. You open the Facebook. You see that. The grief first hits you.
Mm-hmm.
Where is it now?
It was a 10.
It was a 10. All right.
Yeah.
So I want you to hold that space.
Okay.
Even though I have this grief,
Even though I have this grief,
I totally and completely love and accept myself.
I totally and completely love and accept myself.
Even though I have this grief over losing my cousin,
Even though I have this grief over losing my cousin,
that I've lost another member of my family.
that I've lost another person this month.
So even though I have this grief,
So even though I have this grief,
I totally and completely love and accept myself.
I totally and completely love and accept myself.
Even though I have this sorrow,
Even though I have this sorrow,
and it hurts deep in my heart,
and it hurts deep in my heart,
I know I'm going to be okay.
I know I'm going to be okay.
This grief,
This grief,
this pain in my heart,
this pain in my heart,
this deep-seated sorrow,
this deep-seated sorrow,
almost depression.
almost depression,
I have a hard time functioning.
I have a hard time functioning.
Even though I've got all that, I know I'm going to be okay.
Even though I've got all of that, I know I'm going to be okay.
So close your eyes, open your eyes, and without turning your head, roll them all the way around to the right and all the way around to the left. Hum a tune. Count to 5.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
And hum a tune.
It can be the same one.
It can be the
Good.
same one. So this grief,
This grief,
this sorrow,
this sorrow,
this pain,
this pain,
it runs so deep.
it runs so deep.
It kept me from moving all week.
It kept me from moving for a week and a half.
I just wanted to lay on my couch
I just wanted to lay on my couch and eat chocolate
and eat chocolate and cry
and cry
and feel the sorrow
and feel the sorrow
and feel the pain.
and feel the pain.
But I can choose to release that now.
But I can choose to release that now.
I can remember him in joy
I can remember him in joy
and all the wonders he brought to this life,
and all the wonders he brought to this life.
and to know that his spirit is still there.
And to know that his spirit is still there.
And we can celebrate that.
And we can celebrate that.
And I can celebrate his life.
And I can celebrate his life.
And I choose joy.
And I choose joy.
And I choose peace.
And I choose peace.
Take a deep breath and say peace.
Peace.
Okay, so let's check with you now
Okay.
and think about your cousin.
I can actually smile when I think about him. That's nice.
Yeah. So you were at a 10 when you thought about it.
Yeah.
So go up to that moment when you saw it. Where is it now?
It's easier to see that moment. Like, I don't have to cringe from it. It's like a memory of an 8, but it's not an 8.
Yeah.
So not only has the feeling gone down, but the memory of it has actually gone down too, when I think back on it.
Yeah.
It's hard to put a number to it. Less than 5, like a 2 or a 3.
Now as you think of him, think of
Yeah.
him.
He was kind of a crack up. He was fun.
And so where is that at now? Is there a grief? Is there
No,
a
I don't think of him as
sense of
grief.
celebration?
Yeah.
Nice.
Neat.
So that was very fast. Doesn't always work that way.
I think I was
And
ready.
know that people have to process. She'd spent a week and a half with it. She'd been down. She'd felt the depression. She'd felt the bargaining with God, the
Yeah.
exploration. And she was ready to move on to the acceptance, but got a little stuck in there. So all we did is help her move forward that in time and to feel that release. So it's a powerful tool. Be gentle with people when they're dealing with grief. Do this in love. Add the energy, and you get some amazing results. Thanks. Thank you.
Thanks.